Hello guys, how you doing? It's selfcurepal again. Today is March 8th, 2025 and we're gonna talk about secret cause of the most diseases. Guys, do you want to improve your immunity? Get rid of a bunch of diseases besides asthma, allergy, and by the way, get rid of stress and anxiety. Some of you probably already heard about breathing technique developed by famous Ukrainian doctor and physiologist Konstantin Buteyko in 50s and 60s of past century, 1950s, 1960s. As a result of research, was noticed that low carbon dioxide content in lungs air leads to swelling of the mucous membrane and its hypersecretion, which in turn leads to hard breathing and excess of mucus. Also, low carbon dioxide content leads to increase of tonus of the flat muscles located in the walls of bronch, which in turn leads to asthma attack. This way, Buteyko decoded mechanism of bronchospasm, asthma attack, in other words, and spasm, blood vessels, in other words, hypertension, which is based on the amount of carbon dioxide in lungs or blood, respectively. Discovery of such a regularity led create a method of curing directed on increase of the level of carbon dioxide in lungs air during bronchial asthma or in arterial blood during hypertonia or stenocardia, to such point when it becomes impossible to such diseases to exist or further develop. Scientific researchers confirm high effectiveness of Buteyko's method in curing of asthma and other respiratory diseases. Patients in group that used this method got less asthma attacks, decreased necessity in medications and inhalers. Clinical trials, asthma patients shows that volume of exhaled by their air is 10 to 15 liters. So asthma patients, 10 to 15 liters. In people with chronic cardiovascular diseases, respectively 15 to 18 liters a minute, and in healthy people, normal is 4 to 7 liters. Just pause for a minute and take a look at this chart, okay? Oh, okay. Pretty messy, but still okay. 4 to 7 normal, 10 to 15 asthma, and 15 to 18 cardiovascular diseases. Obviously, some obvious assumption is that slower breathing is a sign of better health. The slower you breathe, the better your health, right? That's good. And opposite, the faster you breathing, the better chance you'll develop serious health problem. We're talking about breathing in a state of rest, not when you're sprinting or running marathon, etc. If you are breathing with mouth, most likely you're breathing with mouth overnight, that's for sure, when you're asleep. And this kind of breathing, mouth breathing, can lead to dehydration, snoring, and night apnea. The principles of curing of the asthma, hypertension, diabetes, and other diseases by method of Buteyko are following. First, deep breathing excessively washing out from patient's body healing carbon dioxide. Normal amount is 6.5%. And sick person means with asthma and maybe heavy forms of bronchitis. Sick person has, for example, 3.76. Just remember, if it's lower than 3%, it leads to death. Another diagram, pause for a minute. See, health person got 6.5%, healthy person. The asthma patients and the other respiratory diseases 3.76, and when you have less than 3%, it leads to death. It's serious stuff. Second, the too deep and often breathe carbon dioxide excessively leaving body appears spasm of the arteries, so spasm of the alveolus in our lungs, which obstructing inhale. Those people have problem, those patients have problem with inhaling. It's not funny. It's easy for them to exhale, but inhaling problem, so we're gonna repeat it. Due to deep and often breathe, carbon dioxide excessively leaving body appears spasm of the arteries, so spasm of the alveolus of our lungs, which obstructing inhale. In spasmed blood vessels, increasing a blood pressure that led to delay of washing out carbon dioxide from the body. We have hypertension. It's like a reflex trying to delay washing out carbon dioxide from other body. When alveolus are spasmed, it's not easy to air to get in it. Third, method of Puteiko will normalize your breathing. Leak out the body of carbon dioxide will stop. So will stop spasm of arteries and blood pressure will normalize. This way, Konstantin Puteiko cured himself from hard form of hypertension. One of the effects is improving of nasal breathing as well, which leads to improvement of filtration and humidifying of the air. There is a correlation between hyperventilation and lowering of carbon dioxide in the body. Carbon dioxide in our body is very important, as you, I hope, got by now. It's necessary for regulation pH of the blood, for saturating our body with the oxygen and normal function of breathing system. So without carbon dioxide, we won't get enough of oxygen. That's a correlation. And hyperventilation is a state when a man is breathing too fast and too deep, which leads to lowering carbon dioxide in the body. For example, during the stress or intense physical activity, lowering carbon dioxide in body causing chronic hypoxia, which affects the whole body, all organs, especially is suffering brain. Method of Puteiko includes such techniques as first breathing control, performing slow and superficial breathing. That's not superficial, the deep, so slow. Oh, you know what slow means. Slow and superficial breathing. Second, holding breath for maximum time and not causing discomfort. Maximum, at least 30 seconds, 26, 30 seconds, but a minute. And nasal breathing, drop off the habit to breathe with mouth. It improves air filtration and, no, nasal breathing improves air filtration and increasing carbon dioxide in lungs, which is extremely beneficial. Besides physical benefits, Buteyko's method showed mental improvement as well, lowering anxiety and makes you feel better in general, after all. So you can consider yourself really healthy when you can take 30 to 60 seconds pause with breathing. Take a deep breath and 30 seconds to not breathe. Pause without tension and unpleasant feelings. 30 to 60 seconds. It correlates to 6.5% of amount of carbon dioxide in our body. Remember 6.5, 3.76 in sick people with asthma patients, and lower than 3% is dead bodies which don't breathe anymore. For example, yoga people hold breathing pause for over 180 seconds. It's like nothing for them, 3 minutes, 180 seconds. I would do it at some point, maybe. So, and can delay breathing for tens of minutes. Let's close this, so for tens of minutes. And in this video, not enough time. The next video is going to be about more about Buteyko's method. We're gonna stop and familiarize ourselves. Now, the usual stuff. I'm a holistic medicine specialist for speeches, personal appearances, seminars, group, family, or personal consultation. You can call me 845-709-4501, text me, or shoot me email on selfcurepal@gmail.com. Please follow, watch the other videos, subscribe. It's free of charge on YouTube. Leave comments, ask questions. I'll try to do my best to answer. You know how YouTube works, have to be communication. Thank you, and you're welcome. God bless. Oh, sorry, it's not that. A little bit of disclosure. Remember, I'm not a practicing doctor, despite of having MD, medical doctor degree and experience. I'm not prescribing medical treatment, nor trying to diagnose. I present this information simply for educational purpose only. This information is strictly my opinion and based on information currently available. I believe everything to be true and accurate. You and only you are responsible for your health. Take care.